Hi, so welcome to today. This is Annabel and I'm going to be doing a Carrie Bradshaw look today, which is a really nice smoky but slightly disco eye. It's very Sex and the City, and I think this is going to be a good look for everyone to see. I'm using a different skincare today. This is Sand and Sky, and I'm just starting off using a serum which is hyaluronic acid, hydrating and replenishes the skin. So it's a really nice serum to start with, and then applying my Tasmanian Spring Water Moisturiser. I'm going to put it on with a brush so it really nicely soaks into the skin. My new brush is from Spectrum. Thank you, Spectrum, for sending me these. And I'm going to use some Dreamy Glow Drops, which plump and brighten the skin, which I've just put on, and I'm going over with my Gucci Natural Finish Fluid Foundation, which is really beautiful and really, really sheer, and we can build that up. So obviously I'm just putting this all over the skin, around the T-zone, and blending it out to the outer edges. So just blending out the skin, making sure it's all nice and even. Then I'm using a product called NARS Tinted Glow Booster, which is in the medium dark. It's called Tangsy, and it's really beautiful. And I'm just putting this on the cheekbone to give a bit more warmth, and just above the brow bone, which just adds that little bit more warmth to the skin and gives that kind of tanny kind of glow. Just blending that off as well under the chin, so it all blends in, so there's no lines. Using my Givenchy Mr. Light, this is in number 2, obviously around the eyes, nose and chin, just to floor out the skin a little bit more. It's light reflective, so it gets rid of any dark circles and just highlights, well, not so much highlights, but lifts the light around those darker areas. Those areas that are a little bit more sunken normally. Just blending that off with a nice fluffy brush. These brushes are from Spectrum. Thank you, Spectrum, for sending me these. These are really nice. It's a new range of brushes that they've got, really soft and fluffy. So I'm putting a little bit of Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage onto the eyelid, just to give an area of prep to the eyes, something for the eyeshadow to sit on, and just blending in a little bit underneath and just flooring out the skin, really. Just, it's like a canvas, building, flooring out, and then start to build up again. This is my Burberry contour stick. It's in medium, and I'm just putting a little bit under the cheekbone just to hollow out the cheekbone to make them more defined, and obviously around the jawline. Now if you have like a square jaw and you want to make your jaw less prominent, you can use a little bit around the jawline, and it will just take away the squareness of the jaw and just make it more softer. This is my new Gucci eyeliner pencil. This is in black. It's a black coal. It's quite creamy, and I'm just running that along the lash line, very close to the lashes, and just giving that kind of halo effect. Doesn't have to be too precise at the moment because I'm going to blend that away. Just using a really nice small brush and blending that right into the lash line and blending off any hard edges. I'm going to add a little bit underneath just to give the eye a little bit more definition, but just from the outer edge, just on that, just towards the inner eye, and then using my brush, going to move that eyeliner along. And obviously this is a kohl liner, so it's creamy, so it's easy to move, especially with the products that we've used to prep the skin. If the skin's too dry, you'll find that these eyeliners don't really blend very well, kind of stick. So, you know, really nicely hydrated skin is great. I'm just taking it into, you can see Annabel's natural socket line. I'm just taking it up to the outer edge of the socket line and blending that off again. And it's just creating depth, so highlight and shade, so you can really see now the shape of Annabel's eye. So this is my Givenchy eyeshadow palette, and I'm using a really light taupey colour, and I'm just blending over where I did the kohl, and so it helps it to stick, because obviously anything cream is going to move. Add in a little bit of the taupe to the under eye area along where I put the eyeliner. And then I'm just adding a little bit more, it's called mahogany, and I'm just adding a little bit more of that under the eye. And then this is my eyeshadow from Pat Mcgrath Labs. This is the Mothership one. It's Subliminal palette in VR Violet, and it's almost like a petrol-y kind of colour. You know how petrol shines all different colours, and I'm just putting that all along the lid, and obviously just blending off any bits that have fallen. I'm going in the eye now with a black Gucci. These are my new Gucci kohl pencils, and I'm going up into the upper waterline. So by lifting the eye and going along, so it creates a smoky eye right in the inner corner, up, and obviously all the way to the other side. And then adding it to the waterline on the bottom of the eye and into the inner eye corner. These are really nice and creamy actually. They're brand new, and they're really beautiful, creamy, and they glide on. So it's nice for if you want a smudgy, smoky eye as well. Blending off any hard edges that have seeped through into the lash line, and blending off a little bit on the top. Now I'm using a darker shade just to, what I call, knock in a little bit more definition around that outer eye socket. So I'm going over the eyeshadow and just making it a little bit more defined. So it's getting really smoky now. And I find that the Pat Mcgrath Labs VR Violet really lifts and highlights that inner eye area. So you start to get a real sense of highlight and shade. Quick curl of the lashes to open up the eyes. Eyeliner can sometimes make the eyes look smaller, but when you start to put all the eyeshadows on with it, it can actually make your eyes look a lot bigger. So just eyeliner on its own will actually make your eyes look a lot smaller. Obviously this is the way to make them big smoky eye look. This mascara is my Gucci Beauty mascara in Eve Black. It's a really nice lengthening mascara. I mean, I prefer to use the one, but at the moment, obviously for hygiene reasons, I'm putting it onto a spoolie and transferring it from there. And then I put in a little bit on the bottom lashes just to give that extra definition, and it kind of finishes off the eyes. Really nice smoky eyes. Using my soap brow, I'm just going to go over Annabel's eyebrows and get them into a really good shape. Now, I've been asked about doing tutorials for an eyebrow, so by using the soap brow and then using I'm using Anastasia pencil, and I'm going along and just putting in a little bit more colour and filling in any little sparseness with my Burberry ink pen. So I just do this and build it so that it looks more feathery, and I'm using my fan brush now and just putting through a little bit more powder just to set it and give it that extra feathery look. It's all about building. I wanted to give Annabelle a really nice kind of shape, slightly lifting the eyes, so a slightly nice arch shape, and then just going over with the soap brow again, just making sure everything's in place. If you find that the soap brow moves any of the colour or the pigments you just put on the eyebrow, just go back in and just re-add. This is a little bit of blush. This is a highlighter. It's by NARS again. I've used this in a previous tutorial. It's a liquid bronzer. Now I'm just using a bit of liquid liner just to reinforce the eyeline, but I don't want it hard, so I blended it off, and so there's no hard edges, but it just gives it that extra definition and makes it set. I'm using my highlighter now. This is a Pat Mcgrath Labs, it's Duo Balm, it's in nude, and a little spray of my Evian Mist. The Evian Mist helps to hydrate the skin again and makes foundation look a little bit fresh. And there we go, you've got the eye and the eyebrow. So now I'm just going to add some lashes. These lashes are individual single lashes. They're quite tricky, but using a duo glue, some great tweezers. These tweezers are by a West Barn company. It's the same company that do the soap brow. There's a little set that I was given, and I'm just putting them quite close to the lash line so that they stick just on slightly onto the skin of the lash line, but really close to the root of the lash, so you don't actually see that there's little lashes have been added. This takes time, so take your time. I use a mix of medium to large to small, and to give that kind of feathery, fluffy effect. If you use all one size, it tends to look very fake, so this is a more natural way of building up the lashes. I'm putting some short ones on the underneath lashes, just adding a few little ones. So it's a really beautiful extended kind of eyelashes that look really feathery. To finish off, I'm going to use a lip liner. This is from Gucci too. And just going around the outer edge. It's a very natural colour, so it matches Annabel's lip tone, but it's just to give it a little bit more sharpness and definition without looking too lipsticky. And I'm going in with this really nice, another Gucci lipstick. It's quite matte, slightly more terracotta. I'm just trying to give the lips a little bit more colour without looking too red or too much of a prominent pink or a red. This is just like a nice terracotta, so it's quite warm. I'm just going to add a little bit of highlighter to Annabel's Cupid's bow, give it a little bit of lift, and quick brush of the brows. A little bit of powder down the T-zone, use a nice setting powder. And I'm just going to finish off this look with one last thing, which will be adding some mascara over the fake lashes, just so that they blend together and it looks really natural. And there's the finished look. Beautiful. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and comment. New videos are going to be uploaded onto my channel every Saturday, so please subscribe.